Tired of waking up with stiff knees or aching fingers? Does it feel like your joints just don't move the way they used to, even after a good night's sleep? You may think it's just getting older, but here's a surprise. Some of the everyday foods you eat could actually be making your joint pain worse, without you even realizing it. In today's video, we're talking about the top 5 dangerous foods that wreck your joints after 60. These are foods that many of us eat every day, even ones that seem healthy, but they can secretly increase inflammation, wear down cartilage, and worsen arthritis. You'll learn what these foods are, why they're harmful, what to eat instead to support healthy, pain-free joints. Let's jump right into it. Let's start with one of the biggest offenders, processed meats. That includes bacon, sausage, deli ham, hot dogs, and even those convenient rotisserie chickens that are heavily seasoned and preserved. Why are they bad for your joints? These meats are high in sodium, nitrates and nitrites, preservatives and additives, advanced glycation end products, AGEs. All of these contribute to inflammation, the root cause of most joint pain. And inflammation doesn't just hurt, it can actually damage your joint lining and accelerate conditions like osteoarthritis. Quick fact, according to the Journal of Clinical Rheumatology, processed meats are linked with higher levels of C-reactive protein, a major inflammation marker tied to joint pain. Real-world tip, replace deli meats with fresh grilled chicken or turkey. Choose homemade soup or eggs over bacon and sausage. Look for low-sodium, nitrate-free options if you must have cured meat occasionally. Small changes can bring big relief over time. Next on the list, refined sugars. These show up in sodas and sweetened drinks, cakes, cookies, and donuts, breakfast cereals, and flavored yogurts. Why it's dangerous. Refined sugar spikes your blood sugar, which leads to an inflammatory response in the body. That includes the release of chemicals called cytokines, which can attack your joint tissue. If you already have arthritis or joint stiffness, sugar can make it worse. In fact, some people notice more swelling and soreness just hours after eating a sugary meal. Science says, a study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found a direct link between sugary drink consumption and higher arthritis risk, especially in women over 50. Simple swaps. Switch soda for sparkling water with lemon. Choose unsweetened yogurt with fresh berries. Try a square of dark chocolate instead of candy. You don't have to cut sugar completely, but reducing it is key to lowering inflammation. Third on our list, refined carbs. These are foods made with white flour, such as white bread, pasta, mini crackers, and snack foods. What's the problem? These carbs are quickly broken down into sugar by your body. And just like sugar, they lead to inflammation. Even worse, refined carbs are stripped of their natural fiber, which helps slow digestion and keeps blood sugar steady. Over time, eating lots of these carbs can increase body fat, especially around the belly, stress your joints, lead to spikes in insulin and inflammatory markers. According to the Journal of Nutrition, older adults who consumed more refined grains had higher levels of inflammation and worse physical function. What to eat instead? Choose whole grain bread or brown rice. Try pasta made from chickpeas, lentils, or whole wheat. Snack on air-popped popcorn or nuts instead of crackers. Whole grains help keep your joints nourished and your digestion happier too. Quick check-in. How many of these foods have you eaten in the past week? Don't worry, it's never too late to make better choices. Stick with me because the last 2 foods on this list might surprise you, and they're in a lot of healthy diets. Next on our list is something you'll find in many kitchens. Vegetable oils, especially corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, and safflower oil. Now here's the tricky part. These oils aren't bad in small amounts, but the modern diet includes way too much omega-6, and that throws your body's balance out of whack. Why it matters for your joints? Omega-6 fats, when consumed in excess, can trigger chronic inflammation, the kind that leads to swollen joints, stiffness, and long-term cartilage damage. In contrast, omega-3s, like those in fatty fish, flax seeds, or walnuts, fight inflammation. A study from Progress in Lipid Research found that people with a high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio were more likely to suffer from rheumatoid arthritis and chronic joint conditions. What to use instead? Cook with olive oil or avocado oil. Both are rich in anti-inflammatory fats. Add chia seeds or ground flax to smoothies or oatmeal. Eat fatty fish like salmon twice a week for natural omega-3 support. These swaps help your joints stay lubricated and flexible, especially as you age. Last but not least, let's talk about dairy. Now, this one is controversial because dairy has calcium, which is good for bones. But for many people over 60, dairy can also be a hidden trigger for joint pain, especially if they have lactose intolerance, a sensitivity to casein, a milk protein, a diet already high in saturated fats. Why it can be dangerous? Dairy can cause gut inflammation, which then spreads throughout the body, including your joints. If you feel bloated, stiff, or achy after eating cheese or milk, your body might be trying to tell you something. Try going dairy-free for 2 to 3 weeks and track how your joints feel. You can use a simple journal or even your phone's notes app. If you notice improvement, switch to alternatives like almond milk, coconut yogurt, or oat milk. Calcium-rich veggies like kale, broccoli, and bok choy. Fortified plant-based milks with calcium and vitamin D. Remember, not everyone needs to quit dairy, but listening to your body is key. FAQs and common concerns. 1. I've eaten these foods all my life. Is it too late to change now? Absolutely not. The body is amazingly resilient, especially when you start reducing inflammation. Many seniors report less joint pain in just a few weeks after adjusting their diet. 2. What if I can't give up all 5 foods at once? That's totally fine. Start with just one small change, like switching from white bread to whole grain or using olive oil instead of corn oil. Over time, these choices build momentum. 3. Do I need supplements too? Supplements can help, but they work best when paired with a healthy foundation. A simple omega-3 supplement, vitamin D, or turmeric can give your joints extra support, but diet comes first. Let's quickly review the top 5 dangerous foods that wreck your joints after 60. 1. Processed meats, full of preservatives and chemicals that spark inflammation. 2. Refined sugars, feed inflammation and worsen joint swelling. 3. Refined carbs, act like sugar and raise inflammatory markers. 4. Vegetable oils high in omega-6, imbalanced fats that promote pain. 5. Dairy, for some people, may trigger inflammation in sensitive individuals. By cutting back on these and choosing anti-inflammatory alternatives, you're giving your joints the best chance to stay strong, flexible, and pain-free. If you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more natural health tips for seniors. Have you already tried removing any of these foods? Or do you have a personal story about joint pain and diet changes? We'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Your experience might help someone else watching this video. And don't forget to share this with a friend or family member who's struggling with joint pain. You can make a real difference in their day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.